The 2026 Ram 1500 Express is the budget truck with the most power. Color-keyed grille elements and bumpers, LED headlights, 20-inch aluminum wheels, spacious cabin with seating for 6, standard tow package, the technology you want, and the twin-turbo Hurricane power under the hood. What's up, everybody? I'm Jonathan Sewell Sales at Mitchell Ram on the Boll Weevil Circle in Enterprise, Alabama, and you see behind me the new budget truck with the most power and the equipment you want. And we're gonna go inside, we're gonna go outside, we're gonna go all the way around to make sure that this one is in fact the right one for you. So let's jump in.
More car vids. More car vids.
Let's get started up front. And of course, this was mentioned over the summer of the Express trim coming back. So it's between the Tradesman and the Bighorn, but it has most of the equipment that you want without suffering at the bank. So this was advertised as a truck below $45,000. Of course, it comes in a quad or crew cab. So the crew cab is not $45,000 in this two-wheel drive model, but we'll go over some of the reasons why it's not. And then, of course, thankfully, Ram steps in with some incentives that brings it back to that price point. But starting up front, of course, you have the color-keyed elements here of the grille, front and rear bumper, and LED headlights with park sense sensors and a radar for adaptive cruise control and other pre-collision safety features. As we move around here, you notice these aluminum alloy wheels, which are 20-inch wheels, and that bright aluminum finish really pops on this forged blue. And of course, mounted on it is a white letters out Bridgestone dueler tire, so a good highway tire. And as I mentioned, this is a two-wheel drive model, but definitely a good ride and kind of that all-purpose tire, no matter if you're doing some towing or some light off-road work. And you can see the new badging here for 26. This one is upgraded to the Hurricane. So that's one of the things about the Express. It's standard with the V6, upgraded to the twin-turbo inline-6 Hurricane. So this one has upgraded power not available on the Tradesman. You also have the black emblems here, and this one looks like either some hard water or probably a bird. Did a pretty good aiming job there. And this is the crew cab that we talked about, so we'll dive inside here and look at some other features of this trim, but it is available in a quad cab as well. Open up here, of course, with the no cap required setup there to just put in the nozzle and fill her up. Also, you have the 5.7 7-inch bed, so a lot of room on this crew cab for all your needs. The dark tip exhaust and your standard hitch on this Express, and you can see the sensors in the back here too. So with this Hurricane, of course, we're talking about over 10,000 pounds towing, probably closer to 11, and you also have your wiring harnesses here for everything that you need. Standard backup camera here and a nice release there of the tailgate, so it's not as heavy or fast coming down, and also lighter on the way up. This was designed to replace the DS trucks that we had, kind of the classic styling for a couple years, and they really needed a lower price option to be competitive in the market. And so 2026, these just came in this week with all the other trucks that we've got coming in. These are part of the 100 that we were adding of new vehicles this week. And I've got the forged blue and a white, both very similar equipment. Pricing varies only by the color here, but they are right in that niche for a good payment and a good overall truck. Of course, available in four-wheel drive, but the two-wheel drive is adequate for most people. So let's check out all the power under the hood. Under the hood is the standard output Hurricane. As I mentioned, this was an option on this truck. So going from the V6 to the inline 6, And the same setup that we're accustomed to, big air box feeding into those turbos on the other side. It is intercooled system, so you have for the engine and for the turbos there, both coolants. This shroud covers the fan and the radiator here, and relays, battery, your control module for those turbos, keeping everything in sync, as well as your brake fluid there in a clear fluid container, and your windshield washer fluid right here underneath. Still clear fluid, but hard to tell the levels there under that shroud. Also strut assisted, as all the Rams are, and 420 horsepower, 469 torque rating. So this is a very strong truck for the price point. Maybe across the industry, at least domestically, the lowest price truck with this type of performance. Again, Ram is trying to become more aggressive in their truck lines so that we can deliver more across the curb and put more in homes. And that's one reason that the Express is here, but also, of course, why they brought the Hemi back, which unfortunately the Express is not available with a V8, but they do give you this twin turbo, higher power, better fuel economy option. I think that's everything. Let's check out the goodies inside. Forgot to mention the side mirrors earlier, but they blind spot mirror, blind spot monitor, and heated, of course. And then you have just a traditional handle here, and a really, again, this is a build-up from the tradesman, so a basic looking door card, but this is like a truck. So a little bit of a work truck with more creature comforts. Of course, we still have power windows and locks and power mirrors. Very, very comfortable cloth seating, very smooth fabric here, and a manual adjustment to get it just right. And this one, of course, has your little storage effects here and cup holders, but it's also with that 40-20-40 split, you could fit 6 people comfortably in this truck. So good for large families or work crews, whatever's necessary there. And of course, have a little bit more storage there underneath. Stepping in here, of course, comfortable seats, but comfortable steering wheel. Of course, it tilts and is telescopic, so you can get it positioned just right. Still have your controls and Bluetooth here. And as I mentioned, the adaptive cruise control and those settings there. You can also toggle through this, the gears with the transmission. You'll notice a little bit more basic controls here, and the dials are different. You have a smaller LCD instrument cluster there. Still have the knob, still have your shut off for your start and stop and push button start. As far as technology, this one has more of a traditional size screen, manual knobs for your air conditioning, which is nice. But you do have a lid up for your battery and your oil pressure. Still have a digital speedo available with your exterior temperature. And here's these auxiliary switches here for your sensors, tow haul mode, traction control off. And since you don't have the console here, let me slide down there. All your USB A's and C's are right here. So you can get all that, all your phone charging. Still have a power point up here. And then this, of course, has all the things that you really need. Radio, media, backup camera, still a good high-res screen. And here's a day-night mirror. Hello there. And you also have these lights in here, which are not LED, but the taco holder for all Tuesdays. And power sliding rear window is one of the features on this, standard features on this. And you have your assist and SOS. Of course, you have your fold-down mirrors, but no vanities here. And similar seating on the side, on the passenger side, and of course storage up front, just like on the tradesman, and a console or glove box there. So let's take a quick peek in the back. Again, the crew cab has tons of space back here. Look at the space in that room, or the distance in that between the front and the back seat, and this was pretty far back. Of course, you do have this mat here underneath, and Ram boxes, or the storage boxes here, are added. And then, of course, these would still slide up for more cargo availability right here. And you can pop these headrests down, and you have your own little armrest back here, and air vents, and a little bit of storage. But just what you need, and the room you need, of course, light up top, that power sliding rear window that we already talked about, and all your latch setups here for any car seats. Everything's just right. Now, since we're on this side, let's talk about the pricing. So you can see that it starts at $43,775, but when you add for the forged blue and the preferred package here, $2,125, and then $495 for the anti-spin, which I didn't talk about, and then the engine comes in at $1695, and then the MyFlex Care service, which is a maintenance plan that they've added on to these 26s at $225. Destination at $21,995 brings your total price to $50,805 on this two-wheel drive crew cab. So quad cab probably closer to under that 45 if you don't have the Hurricane and some of the other features. However, this one with discounts and available rebates is priced just over 45 after those rebates before taxes and fees. So this truck in theory is a $45,000 truck, but still a good price point for a like body style and a new engine or more power than the previous V6. If you have any additional questions or comments, you can drop them down below or text me at 334-718-0504 and let me know what you think about this budget truck and if it's something that you'd consider. And I can't wait to see you in one of your very own Rams